And we're back.
I mean,
Mr.
Kiko.
Me and you haven't been on in a while. We haven't been together. You've been busy. You've been in Washington. You've been everywhere.
I've been traveling. Remember, I got my daughter's in a dance traveling team. So imagine, I'm a dance dad. So I have to be going to all these places.
You're a busy guy.
I'm leaving now to Orlando.
Yeah, I know you're a busy guy. I'm a busy guy.
But we got a busier guy.
Nobody busier than this guy right here.
We got a busier guy.
Let everybody know who you are, sir.
I am Lee Schrager, the founder of the Food Network South Beach Wine and Food Festival, celebrating 24 years at the end of this month, at the end of February.
Years.
We got him here in a day in Miami. What a pleasure and an honor to have you here.
Great to be here.
For me, being a TV food producer all these years and working with you for the last 20, it's an honor for me to have you sit down. You know, I kind of stalk you a little bit on your Instagram when it comes to the
he stalks
weekend.
A lot of people.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, I thought I knew a little bit about food, and I thought I ate good until I saw Mr. Schrager, and we met several years ago, and I'm like, you know what, this is the guy that I want to be when it comes to food events, because, you know, Manny, we do food events.
100%.
But none better than this, so thank you for coming. And
good to see you, Kiko.
Having us on our show, It's an honor. So tell me, Mira, when does the madness start, or has it already started?
Right about now.
How many cell phone batteries do you go through in a day now?
I don't go through batteries, but I'm constantly charging.
Yeah.
I am constantly charging.
Yeah.
Phone and Spirit.
Yeah, well, Spirit I try to keep charged all day. The phones I do my best.
That's the important thing.
Tell me, man, it's been a great run. I mean, nobody does it harder than you or better than you. It's year 24?
24.
How are you feeling at 24?
Exactly how I felt at excited and ready to go, and looking forward to delivering what I hope will be the best wine and food festival yet.
Go ahead, man.
No. I was going to say the same thing. Where for the people that don't understand,
right?
I want him to explain a little bit. Everybody has their concepts. Everybody has a dream. Everybody has an idea. Mm. And what we try and bring in the podcast, which a lot of viewers always ask us, is like, we like to bring people just of everyday normality. That people say, hey, I could do that. I can do something like that. What could you give a little bit of explanation, Lee, of like, you had the vision, you had the idea, and you just said, I'm doing this. I'm going for it. What gave you that inspiration that go ahead and give those people the same thing out there that will have an idea and a creativity like
and
that.
Also where it started for some people that don't know.
It started with you.
It started about 25 years ago. I went to the Food and Wine Classic in Aspen, which is the grandfather of all wine and food festivals. Much smaller. They have like 1,000 people. We have 65,000 people. But on the way home, and this is before we had iPhones or Blackberries, I said to myself, this would really be great on the beach of Miami, the most beautiful beaches in the world. Aspen was wonderful. It's a little harder to get to, but a beautiful setting in the mountains. And I said, I want to do something like that on the beach. And that's really how it started. I didn't know what I was doing. I come from an event planning background, but not to this extent. I gathered a group of friends, and we kind of sat down and figured it out. And, we were up and running. We had no 5-year plan, 10-year plan. We never had time to put one together. We were, successful from year one, in the sense of...
I remember.
Yeah, in the sense of turnout and just, the enthusiasm from the city and all of our consumers and the talent. So we've been really fortunate. And, what keeps me going is the, desire just to do something good. Doesn't need to be, bigger every year. I just want it to stay good or great.
Solid.
Okay. Solid. Yeah. I don't need to be bigger. I don't need to be bigger.
Yeah. Was the New York one first or South Beach?
No, New York just celebrated 17 years.
Also, New York was after. South Beach was original.
South Beach is the original.
And these friends that you speak about, these are kind of like not normal friends. Right. They're not chefs that were on part of the show or the network, or are these
No, the early days were not people like that. They were just friends of mine.
Friends of your,
food friends.
Maybe event planning friends too?
There was everything. I mean, we started, we didn't pay people in the first year of that until we realized how much work it was.
It was a startup.
It was a startup, and, the majority of those people are still with us today.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, we had no plan. We just did it. And,
right.
We've learned from plenty of mistakes over the years, and we still learn every day, and we listen to consumers and listen to feedback, and that's how we continue to get better.
How have you seen everything evolve from when you started? Let's say like all the chefs that have passed by, let's say stars in the making and anybody that really, like catches your eye and stuff like that, say, wow, we really helped these people, and these people really came and give a bigger push to the South Florida, food and wine. Any that stand out to you like that in
Well, we were around at the early part of a lot of people's careers.
Yeah.
Giada De Laurentiis was unknown when she did the festival.
There you go.
First time she was there, her show wasn't even out on TV yet.
Right. Okay.
But we used her.
I'm a huge fan of that show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guy Fieri had just won next
Love Guy. Yeah.
next food star or something like that.
Yeah, I remember that.
No one knew who he was.
I remember
so listen,
But that's cool.
It was great. Listen, I like to have talent that's new.
Yeah.
And even if you don't know him now, I want you to know him or her next year.
100%.
When they're out there. So I always like to discover or capitalize on
Correct.
Young people who are doing good things.
When did the partnership with Food Network begin?
I think in year 3. Year 3 or 4.
And how did that come to?
Well, long story short, we'd been trying to get a meeting with the network for a few years, and they were very non-enthusiastic about it. And
Was it Cooking Channel then?
No.
Or still?
No.
It was already Food Network?
It was Food Network. There was no Cooking Channel at that point.
Okay.
Cooking came later. And a friend of mine who's a big agent, John Rosen, he represented Bobby and Giada and Rachel Ray at that time. John really created that category at William Morris. And he got me a meeting with the Food Network, and it really happened from that meeting, how we got them as a partner.
Because after that, it was just like...
That's when we took off.
Right. That's another level.
Right.
Again, so,
That's when we took off.
How many events in total for the weekend currently right now?
Probably 115. I have to. One day I'll count. I don't know. I don't like to count.
Do you attend 115?
No, I don't attend 115.
I'm glad you said that because I believe that Lee had a clone. Because when it is the weekend, I swear, like
you see him everywhere.
7 or 8 different events a night minimum. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you do that, brother? And do you have like, is there a police escort?
No.
Or is there like an underground Food Network tunnel that we don't know about?
Nope.
A boat? Maybe
How
a
is it
boat in the
possible?
water?
Because with traffic, it's insane, first of all.
I just have it figured out. I mean, I map out a program of what I want to do, and I start for each day, and it may start with 15 events each day, and then by the time it's done, it's probably 8 or 9. It's impossible to move around the beach. I tend to go to larger events where I could see more people.
Of course.
Makes sense.
Although I'd love to go to every dinner, at most dinners it's 1 or 2 talent, and it's great to see them, but I just can't afford. That's why we have 2 chef parties. I can't afford the time, so that's why we have chef parties to catch the talent there.
Correct.
A lot of people come in from all over the world, and I feel horrible not to see them, but it's just physically not possible.
Well, it's your fault. You created this.
Yes, it is. It is.
You created the monster.
I have my favorite events. Like the Burger Bash, Best of the Best is incredible.
People love the Burger Bash.
The Tiki one is really nice.
Yep.
I've got a shit faced at that one many times. Which are some of your favorites? I know they're all your babies and all your favorites, but like, which are the ones kind of like, that you really like or like?
You certainly mentioned 2 of my favorites.
Yeah, because Burger Bash is where you see the stars.
Yeah. Burger Bash is
the
great.
lines are pretty big, but it doesn't matter. You can get through them.
Yeah, and Burger Bash is one of my favorites. Best of the Best is just like it says, best of the best. Yeah, it's really extraordinary.
Yeah.
I love a lot of the late night parties. I love the Michelle Bernstein and David Martinez Noche Cubano event that we're doing. Bacardi's doing a late night instead of Tiki. We're doing a late night Bacardi event.
Okay. Is that new this year?
New.
Have you been
to
Senora yet? The new one?
I have. Of course I have.
Me too. I don't think you have.
No, I haven't. I haven't been able to.
It's very special.
Yeah.
Michelle's the best. And actually,
She's
Michelle is our tribute dinner honoree next year for 2026.
For me, she was the first pioneer here in Miami when it came to like a real restaurant that wasn't a chain.
100%.
That were using local products and ingredients with Michi's. I mean, it was impossible to get
the best. And she's an extraordinary talent. So she will be the first local honoree we've ever had.
Wow.
And she will be our 25th anniversary talent.
Okay.
So
that's a dinner for the tribute.
That's a tribute dinner. This year we're honoring Dominique Crenn and Gerard Bertrand. Dominique Crenn is the female
Cren's
chef.
got 2 stars now, right? Or 1?
I don't know. I don't necessarily follow stars. It's not important to me.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Just I'm saying she's a big chef.
Yeah, she's a big chef.
Big chef.
She's the top, one of the top-rated female chefs in the world.
Right.
But to me, listen, I'm sure for a chef it's very important. But for me, I've been to plenty of restaurants that had no stars that I thought should. and I've been to plenty of restaurants that
agree.
had stars.
I agree.
I didn't
They
agree.
say that. Why did it have a star?
I met her when she came out on Netflix, which I thought was an amazing
Dominique
piece they did
Renton,
on her.
yeah, that was a great
That was
piece.
the first time that I saw her, and I'm like, wow, this chef really throws it down.
She's great. Really,
You
really
don't.
great.
We spoke off camera here now, and I mean, I still don't believe it. But you say you don't eat much when you're on the festival because of the moving around and stuff like that. Did you eat before when it first started a lot, or did
No.
you kind of like
You know what-
pace yourself and figure out the routine?
Maybe the first few years at Burger Bash, I would try one too many burgers.
Oh,
That's
man.
what. Well,
Yeah.
Guilty.
As it is,
Yeah.
when you go to Burger Bash now,
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Yeah, you can't.
That's the
I
thing.
can't.
The thing with Burger Bash is that you can't sample many things. I mean, obviously I can because I'm 6'6" and I have the equipment for it. But you smaller guys, one burger, two burgers, you're tapped
first
out.
of all-
You know what happens to me? I start looking to see which one I want. Then sometimes I figure, I go, you know what? I got to eat something because
Yeah.
I'm just wasting time. And
Yes,
which one do
yeah,
I have?
yeah.
And
Well,
which
You
one
should-
do I like?
Yeah, you should never eat a whole burger.
No.
Yeah, you should eat a quarter of a burger.
You sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little piece, a little sliver.
A little sliver.
I'm a little upset. I've never been
Little
a
sliver.
judge for the Burger
Yeah.
Bash. I know it's
No,
not
we
like
can fix that.
top quality, but I was a pretty big guy when I was on TV, and I know Roxy's been on, and I did have a little jealousy. I ain't gonna
Has
lie.
Roxy been a judge?
Yeah, she
Has she?
Like
Yeah.
twice. Lee, you haven't told me once.
Well, we're gonna.
Okay.
Now it's on the
Okay.
record.
He's forcing to see if
No,
he
wouldn't
wants
be
to
the first.
try the burger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just a burger. One burger, you're good.
Talking about these great events, the best of the best that year. I don't know when the first year you guys pulled out that 200-pound tuna.
Wow.
Who did that? Morimoto?
I
Was
think it was Morimoto
Yeah.
first, and then Hito might have done it sometimes after.
Yeah.
But that to me was the most impressive thing because
I
I know
remember
how
that.
expensive that bluefin is.
Yeah.
And you know you keep like crab. You never get sick of eating crab. Or you never
Right.
get sick of eating toro tuna. I was to year
Yeah.
with the amount of tuna that you could. I mean,
That was a great year.
the logistics on
Yeah.
that. How,
Extraordinary.
I mean, that's extraordinary. How is that? Because me and Manny,
How's
we
that possible?
do events, but we don't do 115 in a weekend.
Well, listen.
I mean, how does it get to that level, Lee? And how do you have control? I mean, what is your team looking like?
Well, the team.
Because I know you. Excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt you. You paired up with FIU. Talk a little bit about that too, because you had an army that you've been helping out now, and elaborate a little bit on that.
Well, listen, FIU is our partner in the festival. The
Yeah.
funds that we've raised over $40 million benefit the students. The hospitality
That's awesome,
school
by the way.
program.
Applause for that, man.
Thank
But
you.
that's spectacular.
But, you know, this is for the students. It's a
Yeah.
hands-on work experience that you can't get anywhere else in the world.
for sure.
And
Yeah.
that's the best part about doing the festivals, to give those kids the
100%.
opportunity to
And the added
cook and
manpower.
work. Yeah,
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's great. It's really
So
really
40
great.
million. Wow, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of community
that-
stuff.
yeah.
That's a lot of community stuff. So what are some of the events now that are new? I know there's some new stuff going on.
Well, we have the.
I know there's every year, but particularly this year, there's some cooler stuff going on. Or
Oh,
different
you know
ones?
what? Yeah, we're doing Alex versus Miami. You know, Alex Garnishelli does a TV show called Alex versus America. This time she's doing Alex versus Miami with a bunch of local chefs competing against Alex.
Okay.
Oh wow! So
Which
they
is
get-
going to be great.
They get that.
We're
shot.
doing a late night Bacardi party. We're doing a boat cruise, a sailing on a boat, a stone crab and champagne.
Oh, wow.
Sailing on a boat. We're doing a Tyler Florence barbecue at Joya Beach Club.
Okay. So all these are events that people can buy tickets to.
Absolutely.
Okay. So that's important for people to know.
You got to because they sell out.
Right.
Too, right.
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 Yeah, lots of things sell out, but
Yeah.
it's not like it used to be where people rush to buy. They wait. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Miami's a late city.
What are some of the events that?
I
have
mean,
come-
listen, I'm liking that one of the champagne and the
Yeah.
and the
You
water.
always like
Right,
the
and
food
that's sold
stuff.
out.
We all
Wow.
know.
Okay. Well, damn, there goes that one. Okay.
What are some that have come through that are gone now? Some that have left. Some that the events are no longer.
Or
It's
you
like a
just,
rot-
or
it's like
maybe
a
just
rotation.
revamping, or just
Well, listen, here's a good
rotation.
one. Bubble Q, which really put us
Bubble
on the map.
Q was. I
Yeah,
love
yeah,
Bubble
yeah,
Q.
yeah.
Bubble Q was great.
Really
on
put us
water,
on the
on
map.
the beach.
And,
Yeah.
you know, we took it away for a few years, so when we bring it back, probably next year,
Yeah,
people will appreciate it.
I like that.
more.
100%.
The hype. How is Miami's and New York's similar and different, and how is the flow up there? I've never been to the one in New York.
Well, New York is it's a very different backdrop. It's a more serious
Yeah.
consumer. It's very similar talent, but I find the New York consumer to be less of a party person and more people wanting to be educated, more serious consumer in New York City.
About whatever they're cooking. Or...
About what they're doing and what wines they're tasting, they seem to be more serious. Miami's a huge, great audience for us. It's just you're on the beach.
You're pouring the same different
Yeah.
alcohol into the same
Yeah,
glass.
you know, we're on the beach, and it changes.
different
the tone.
vibe.
Exactly.
Different vibe.
Totally.
The grand tasting is kind of like more for like the general
Right.
and stuff like that. When did you guys decide to pair with Grutman and that whole experience? Because that took it from like like you said, the tasting to like this all-out party with celebrities. How many years have you guys been collaborating with that? Is that 5 years already?
I was going to say probably five maybe
years,
6
right?
years. And, Grutman's a great partner.
He's a great friend of ours.
Besides
Great guy.
being a
Great friend of
professor at the School of Hospitality, he's a professor.
That too.
We went to Dave. I went to Dave probably 5 or 6 years ago, and Sunday Grand Tasting was a slow-moving event for us compared to Saturday.
Really, Sundays.
Yeah, Sundays. And Dave brought in this whole, Grutman experience that changed it for us.
The DJs and celebrities.
Yeah, he has a great lineup. He has Flo Rida coming this year, and
really?
DJ Irie, and now Only in Dade does Saturday for us. So we'll work with Only in Dade.
Friends of ours.
But Grutman really changed the landscape for Sunday for us.
Crazy party. The events start on Thursday, right?
Thursday.
Does it still kick off with that Italian one? Remember?
Thursday night we are doing Burger Bash. The big ones on the beach.
Burger Bash is Thursday now.
Thursday. Friday night is Guy Fieri Tournament of Champion.
I went last
Saturday night is the taco event, and Sunday night is a big Asian night party. And then we have a big events in the Design District. We're doing Italian probably Thursday night, steak and whiskey. Saturday night we're doing fried chicken, the chicken coop event, chicken champagne, and Sunday
Maybe I can get tickets for that one. I'll go to the fried chicken and champagne.
He's got to get his tickets, and he promised me I was going to judge.
No. I don't care about that. I'm saying I want the champagne something, so I'll do the fried chicken one. That'll be good.
What about the swine wine at the Billboard still, or is it gone?
No, we don't do that anymore.
No more.
We do an event called Heritage Fire. At the we do two great events at the hangar in Coconut Grove. Part of Grove Bay Hospitality. 2 great events. We do a sunset feast on Saturday night, which is all Grove Bay Hospitality's
good guys. Iggy's out there.
Exactly. They're great. And on Sunday we do a big Heritage Fire barbecue. 2 really wonderful events.
Same location out there.
Same location both days.
I got to get tickets for that Sunday one.
Yep.
I mean, Lee, tell us a little bit about the fact of if people want to start getting stuff already. Where can they start going already? Website? Well,
they better hurry.
That's what I'm saying. So
we've been on sale since October. So almost 3 months. They can go to the website. Which they can Google South Beach Food Network, South Beach Wine and Food Festival. You'll go to a link to buy tickets, or just go to www.SOBEWFF.org, and that will set you right to our ticket site.
Okay. All the events sell out? Do they?
No.
Some of them?
Most of them sell out.
Yeah?
Yeah. Remember, in the early days, they all sold out because we had 40 events.
Right. Now we have 100
and something events, but for the most part, all do very well.
Wow.
Because you have more spread out, and more people going to attend, which is great because now they put a little bit more that people can attend.
Yeah.
Other different experiences.
Yeah. I get a lot of questions, Lee, from a lot of restaurateurs. Obviously, they always ask me, like, how do I get into the South Beach food? Right. How can I get my little stall? What's the situation? How does that work? Like, if you're like a restaurant, you want to get in.
We always want new restaurants.
Do they have to jump in early? Like, what's a good time period for them?
Well, now we're full.
Right, obviously.
But listen, anyone who is listening or hears about this,
they will
just email us.
Okay.
Yeah, we're thrilled to get. We love those mom and pop bodegas, the small places.
Yeah, no, a lot of them have not only grown from those events, but are amazing.
Look at Pincho Factory.
Yeah,
when they wanted to change their...
Well, they won it a couple times.
Yeah.
I think that another thing you have to be credited with is basically a lot of people are on the map thanks to you guys. Well, you know what I'm saying? Think about it, because if they started there and they were known now...
Cowie Burger.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
They won another... You try to get a burger there at noon.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you. When I would go to Burger Bash or whatever, I didn't know... Sometimes, to tell you the truth, listen, there's so many places in South Florida, not even South Florida, Fort Lauderdale, everywhere, that you just don't know.
No. We love for people to reach out to us. I mean, we stay on top of everything. We follow everybody. We always hear about new restaurants. We always invite them.
That's important.
So just get out there and email you. And
email us.
And then you're giving them the portions, the amount of they have to give.
They'll get we sign them up. They'll get a fact sheet of what's expected of them, and we just,
Because it is a non-for-profit, right?
It's a not-for-profit, exactly.
So it's just helping out community and stuff like that.
We're giving back to the students, the next generation. But, anybody who hears this,
we're
always looking. And there'll be dropouts in the next 3 weeks, and we have a backup list.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
So there might be some chance of getting somebody.
Very possible. Really? Yeah.
All right. Listen, I go to a lot of restaurants, and I like to eat and stuff like that, but not like you, brother. So what? No, I'm leading into my question.
So much.
No, not that he eats so much.
Okay.
But he knows. Trust me, I know a little bit. What do you think of the Miami food scene, of where it is right now currently? Where's it going? A little bit of history. What do you think? Your opinion?
Expensive. I think Miami is the most
Violent,
expensive. Listen, and I also think that we have some of the best restaurants in the country. I think Miami has an incredible food culture, incredible restaurants, great vibe, great scene. But I think it's gotten very pricey.
It has.
That I will
it
say.
has. It has. It really has.
Yeah, but every week there's something opening. Sometimes
There
two.
is.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what
just, I don't. I used to know everything going on. Now I feel like I know nothing. I hear
It's so
about.
fast paced.
It's crazy.
Well, but it's listen. We talk about this all the time. You cannot go if you go breakfast, lunch, and dinner to all these places. You still will not hit
It's
all the places that are opening up.
It is really, really crazy. And when we moved to the Gables exactly 10 years ago, in October,
Who has the beautiful, the prettier house? You or Lee? You seen Manny's house?
I have not.
You guys might need a house off.
Yeah.
No.
Are you in
Justin,
the
can
Gables?
we?
Yeah,
I'm in South Miami.
South Miami.
Whatever.
Miami.
He's on the. We have to have a house off.
Yeah, your house off, right?
Go ahead, elaborate. Go ahead, Lee.
When we moved,
Lee can come to my house anytime he
I
wants.
see
And
Lee.
likewise.
Lee lives large. Go ahead, boss.
When we moved to the Gables, there was nothing. I mean, nothing. Pascal's, which, as you know, just closed.
Yeah.
And Hillstone. And I had never been to Hillstone in my life.
Hillstone's.
At that time, Houston.
Quick question.
So you haven't been there?
I had never been there.
Had never been. Okay. All right.
Had never been. I thought
Okay.
it was like a Fridays or a Cheesecake Factory.
Okay.
Have you seen the new clock outside? Do you like the clock?
No, I haven't
It's the
been there.
FP Jordan clock.
The big clock?
No, I haven't seen it.
Well, but wait. I want to hear these. I want to hear
Manny,
these things.
Manny installed the clock himself. Go ahead, Lee.
I want to hear that story about Hillstone. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Finish
go
out
ahead.
with my
So
Hillstone.
when we first moved there, I said we went there.
Yeah.
We couldn't get in. We went back 2 nights later and we couldn't get in. And I finally said, I'm like thinking,
I'm with you.
I
Go
get
ahead.
into the greatest restaurants in the world and I can't get into a local place.
Yeah.
And I actually called my team in my office at Southern, and I said, I need a contact. There's no reason I shouldn't be able to get in here. And
Correct.
They got me a contact, and
Yeah.
now when I want to go, I text, and they're
Right.
great. I love it.
Well, listen. With Hillstone, as long as you do reservations, you're good.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
do
saying?
they do reservations?
Yeah, you do
Okay.
reservations. You can do reservations.
Yeah, I just text them and say we're
Yeah,
coming over.
but you get a reservation.
And they always
But
have
I'm
a
so
table.
happy you said that because I'll tell you this much. It's I feel like you when it was Houston's,
Right.
before it was that.
Yeah.
So I was in the county at that time, and as I told you earlier, I was chief of staff for Maurice, and at that time it had just opened up.
Right.
When it just opened up, they used to have red velvet ropes in front of
Really?
Houston's. So you could not. There was lines on Friday nights of over 100 people to get into Hillstone because here's the mentality. People said, "Oh, they have the bar
Right.
and they have the restaurant." So then everybody, the scene on Friday afternoons, everybody wanted to go to the bar area.
Packed.
But you know that they're very, which I think it's great
Right.
to tell you the truth. They try to stick to their thing of their restaurant, their family also restaurant. So you can go have a cocktail or whatever, but they have the right to say, "Hey, I've served you 2 or 3 cocktails. That's
right,
it.
yeah.
This is not a place for
Right.
just like for happy hour
They're
the whole day."
one of the best run chain restaurants.
I
out
think
there.
so too. And the service,
Consistently.
they're consistent. They're
Talking about the
consistent.
service, fun fact: they were the first restaurants to bring all plates at once and eliminate the tray. I don't know if you know this. You know about the tray?
They don't have tray service.
Right.
That I know.
They were the first ones to bring
Yeah.
5 servers
Yes.
or 5
Yeah,
guests.
yeah.
That's
drop
what I'm
it,
saying. The service is awesome.
and not have one eating
Yeah.
while you're waiting for the other. So they were
Yeah.
pioneers and all that.
It is very, very well run.
And they're consistent on
Listen, I could eat at Houston 3 nights a week.
Yeah.
I don't, but I could. And
Hillstone.
You and my daughter.
Hillstone.
My daughter's
Yeah.
thing is that, Dad, I did good this week.
Yeah.
Can I take me to
Yeah.
I want my ribs
Yeah.
and my dip.
No, I love it. We, in the Hamptons, where I'm in the summer, we're out there, and the hottest restaurant is Hillstone.
It's Hillstone.
Really?
I'm
Yep.
sure.
And you had mentioned from Southern. You were from Southern Wines. People don't know the way you're.
Yes, I have a real job. I have a real job where I make a living. I don't make money from the festival. I'm a volunteer, honestly.
Yeah. Right.
So I've been with Southern 25 years. I'm the Chief Communications Officer for Southern Glazers Wine and Spirits, which is the nation's largest distributor
is.
of wine and spirits. So it's an amazing job that gets me. Has opened up a lot of doors for me. They're incredible. Owners are incredible, like family. Treat people like family. I'm really fortunate to be able to do what I love and love what I do every day.
Yeah, because the festival has to do with wine too. People forget
course.
that it's all
Yeah.
food.
Well,
but
they
the
have
wine
the
is
they have the
actually-
wine one
It's a
too.
food and wine
It's
festival.
food
Yeah,
and
which
wine.
is the mainstay
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
wine part.
The one of the whole wine tasting is
Yeah, of
spectacular
course.
too.
Yeah.
Who are some of your favorite chefs throughout the years or right now that you really like or enjoy? I'm not gonna ask you the restaurant question yet, but chefs that you've always loved here in Miami, or some new
In
ones?
Miami?
Yeah. That you've visited throughout the years, and some new that you really like.
Michelle Bernstein.
Oh, come on, but Michelle's a legend. We know. Give me something else, Lee. Come on, anybody? I've seen you at all these other spots.
Who do I? Listen, I think Michael's Genuine. I mean,
Michael's
when
great,
I
too.
lived in
Michael's
the design
great.
district, I ate at Michael's Genuine 3 days a week.
Me too.
Yeah.
A funny fact: the first week Michael opened, I went there because I've been friends with him that long. First week, I was married at the time, and we're sitting down, and it's the first time you see heirloom tomatoes, right? Because nobody knew what the fuck that was. Like, oh, what kind of, because Michael was really Florida, Florida driven. And guess who sits right next to me, Lee? Jen and Brad.
Oh, really? Oh,
Okay,
wow.
they were still together, and I sat there. Obviously, I'm freaking out.
For the people that don't know, the Jen and Brad.
yes, Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston. But I didn't want to be that person.
Kiko and Jennifer, you see?
I didn't want to be that person to look
Generation
over because everybody
over
was
here don't know who
gawking,
Jen
right?
and Brad is.
So I'm sitting with my ex-wife, and I'm like, "Babe, fuck whoever that is. We're here for the food. Don't look. Don't be that person." And there's literally like people like blatantly staring at me, and we're just glancing over. And I'm like,
I would have gone over.
Huh?
I would have gone over.
No, I didn't want to go over because I was there for Michael. Michael,
I did
because
it.
the chefs for me are the real stars.
Yeah,
Like
Michael's great.
I'd rather hang out with
Well,
you
but the
than
thing is,
fucking...
if Jen and Brad would have seen Lee, they would have gone to see Lee.
Yeah, but whatever. I didn't want to be
the
that
other
guy,
way
but it
around.
was
They
Michael's
have
first.
seen me. They didn't come over.
How many people have copied Michael or Michelle's cuisine now and called it their own? You know that.
No, I think they're both great. I think that there's so many great people. I think Naveen Patel. I mean, I think his
Oh man,
he's been around forever. And
When he opened up that ghee and stuff, and that
best.
real Indian and not that other shit that we're used to eating.
No, Brad Kilgore. Bradley Kilgore.
My first Que Rico con Kiko segment on NBC was with Kilgore at Altar.
It's that there's again, going back to our initial conversation, there's so many places and so many chefs that people don't really even know about. I mean, in the specific areas, to your point a little while ago, you had the Wynwood area, you had this area. I always say the beautiful thing that we have in South Florida is that any area you live in, there's great restaurants.
There's no excuse to have a bad meal.
Correct, right, Lee? You can go, listen, Kendall has great little restaurants. Key Biscayne has restaurants. The Gables has restaurants. South Miami. I mean, there's so many places you can go to. Pinecrest. Palmetto Bay. You have so many places.
There's no excuse.
There's no excuse.
What's your your favorite area to dine right now? Kind of.
Well, the Gables, because I live there.
The Gables.
You don't have
He's
to.
like you. He's like you. You don't leave the
Well,
Gables.
but listen, it's not that you try. It's harder once you get older. At least it's just easier. My wife and I. What do? Let me tell you something. I'm a fan of the beach.
Yeah.
I am a fan of the beach.
I'm not scared of the beach.
But at the same
I'm never scared.
I never. But sometimes my wife will go.
No, just the traffic. And
Got to go all the way.
Yeah.
So you think about it, and then you're so much easier. To Lee's point, I'm here in the Gables. Yeah. There's so many places in the Gables, and again, sometimes I get upset because I'm saying I want to go try this place in the beach. I want to go try. So a little concept that we've been doing with a whole bunch of group of friends. We try and do like every Thursday night. With a whole group of friends, we try to do Thursdays, and we try to go to dinner.
Right.
On Thursday, I think I find it a little bit easier than going on Friday. I mean, a Friday or Saturday night.
I find it a little weird you haven't invited me for those Thursday nights.
Here we go. This is like the judging thing.
You're gonna call for that, Justin?
So basically, we with a group of friends, we try and go and try out the different places.
I love that.
We try and push ourselves to say, let's go try this restaurant this Thursday and try another restaurant. If not, you don't do it.
Listen, I'm that guy. I'm a single dad, and I don't care. I'll drive to eat wherever. I like to go to the beach, but maybe Sunset Harbor, sneak in and out.
Yeah.
But that's
really
another
good into the
place. How many
masses.
places are over there?
It takes 40 minutes to get there.
Yeah.
And I love the beach. Listen, I mean, if I go to the beach, it's for macchiolino.
Oh,
Yeah. All right.
Best
But you said
Italian.
that's good. That's good to know.
I'm telling you,
Okay.
Lee knows a little bit.
Give the fans of A Day in Miami another 2 places around the other beach. Lee.
On the beach, what I love.
You said Marlino's already.
What else do I love? Well, Joe's, but I don't think that counts. That's an institution.
Yeah. No fair.
Maybe like a little spot that
There's no little spot that.
Well,
I know.
but you know what I'm talking about. A little, like
yeah.
I don't know.
You know what I love? I love Sam Gershonson's Israeli restaurant.
There you go.
I think that's it's.
Yeah, I haven't been, but I've seen the pictures.
I have not
and
been.
videos.
I have
think
not
that,
been.
and I love Catch on the beach.
Catch too.
Catch,
How
yes.
is that? I haven't been there.
Delicious. I was there
Yeah?
a week or 2 ago. It was delicious.
Really was.
really
It's
great.
expensive.
Another
or-
favorite of mine.
Everything's expensive.
Everything's expensive. Yeah.
The beach, especially, right? But the restaurant is beautiful, right?
Listen, I love the one in New York. I mean,
I've never been in New York. But
Well,
here I go.
I heard
all
they
the
made a
time.
ton of money this year.
yeah,
sure they did.
I
Ton
love the
of
one,
money.
but I yet have not been the one in Miami.
Yeah, it's
I
beautiful.
think they might have knocked off Komodo for the highest grossing this year.
Oh yeah.
I think so. I know a little too. All right, let's ask Lee the final question.
Well, I mean,
One of the final questions, the one that I want to ask. If you want one,
Go. No, you go.
No, you go first. You
no,
go.
you go.
All right. So we always ask all our guests, I know we spoke a little bit of the beach. What are your 3 favorite spots in Miami to go to, restaurant-wise, that you go? Lee's restaurants. They could be anywhere.
Well, he here mentioned Hillstones.
No, I know.
Yeah, that's a chain, so I won't count that.
There you go.
Okay, we'll do another one.
I love Zipporah de Mari in Coconut Grove.
Okay.
Okay, you've been there, right?
I love Fiola in Coral
Fiola,
Gables.
too. Danny
Okay.
Gannum is my buddy there, the chef there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't
Have
wait.
they
to
just
get
opened up
to Fort
Daniel's?
Lauderdale. Yeah, I have to get there. We have not gotten
You
there.
haven't gone there either. Okay.
God, there are so many good restaurants. I mean,
This is the clickbait we
yeah,
need.
I have to break it down by category. I really like Mimi's. It just opened up
Okay.
on Miami Beach, the Chinese
Okay.
restaurant. That was
All right.
really, really good.
Have you been to Mika yet? Here at the Plaza?
Best meal I ever had in the city.
Really?
Went there New Year's Eve.
Really?
He's an extraordinary chef. Michael.
He is an extra.
Yeah.
I have a dinner there tonight.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. He's an
Yeah.
extraordinary chef.
All right, we got to go all at dinner.
Yeah.
That'll be
That'll be an interesting conversation
And South Beach.
with good tequila.
with
good tequila.
Yeah. What about Mais Agave? You've been here to that juggernaut, huge restaurant at Coral Gables here,
The
in
Mexican
Fresno?
place.
Mais Agave, where
Oh,
Randazzo used to be.
I did go there.
That multi-level,
Yeah, yeah,
that's a
yeah.
beautiful restaurant.
Yeah,
What do you think
it's
about
beautiful.
that? It's good.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good. Are they part of the show this year?
Probably. I'm sure they're doing tacos.
He don't.
Yeah.
He don't remember.
We'll put a margarita in there.
Yeah.
He don't remember.
Yeah, I'm sure they're at tacos and tequila. They should be.
Yeah, that's a great event too.
Great-
That's a
great
great
space.
event too.
Great.
Here's a good one that everybody likes to ask. Ready?
Yes.
You're staying in a hotel. It's late night. What's your go-to room service meal?
I never order room service.
Never.
Ever. Never order room service. I hate the smell
I don't either.
because it smells up your room for the entire night.
I don't either.
Everybody loves.
What
the
about
fact-
you?
If I have to, like late night, my favorite to go to is always either a club sandwich or
Yeah, that's safe.
That's
a
right.
club safe or
That's safe.
grilled cheese.
Yeah.
That's safe.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, I'm sure I've ordered room service when I get in late.
That's what I'm saying.
I just
I mean,
hate
you know,
the smell of food.
I know.
You're sleeping in the room.
No, but I'll eat it and I'll roll that sucker
Right,
right back
right,
out
right,
again.
yeah.
But my go-to is a club or a grilled cheese with a little French
Yeah.
fries.
Lee, what keeps driving you, brother? What keeps going? I mean,
Um,
it's been a long run, a great successful run. What?
loving what you do.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't get tired. There's not
You
a
don't
day,
get tired. I
There's
don't know how
never
this-
been a day where I said, "Oh, I don't want to go to work."
really.
Never.
And the process starts when, like, as soon as it ends.
Sure. We already have the honorees for next year. I said Michelle
There
Bernstein.
you go.
Yeah.
That's
So,
especially an event this magnitude.
Wow.
You know,
Another good question that I always like to ask: what does present Lee tell 18-year-old Lee, if you could?
different.
Yeah, like what do you tell if you could go back and tell 18-year-old Lee? Any advice? What would it be?
You know,
It's a good question, right?
It's a good question, and I've been asked that. I would say relationships are really important, and people you
I
work
agree.
with 20 years ago, you may not like them, but they're going to end up back in your life at one point, especially in the hospitality industry.
Yeah, totally.
So be careful who's.
Keep your friends.
Yeah,
You can disagree,
of course you disagree. I
But
disagree every day with
you
people.
can disagree.
It has nothing to do.
but at the same time, that's good because that
Yeah.
gives good.
my success is due to relationships.
100%.
100%. Mine too.
100%.
Mine too.
100%.
I do some events. I don't know. You probably don't even know about it because you don't care. Yeah, because I'm a small guy.
I care about everything.
But no, I'm just joking. But I have stress. I sometimes things go like bad. Like, what's been one thing that was either like something that you didn't expect to happen, or like a situation that was a bad situation, something that was going on throughout all the years? Like, is there any moments like
Sure.
that things just went like somebody canceled you last minute or
Well,
tickets?
that happens. Yeah, it happens all the time.
That's what he said as soon as he got here. He was turning out fires.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the biggest one was year 5, so almost 19 years ago, when Bobby Flay was hosting the Bubble Q.
Okay.
And those are the days before we had tents. And we had a horrible
Rain.
monsoon.
Yeah.
Like to this day, I don't think I've ever seen a rain
Rain
like
like
that
that.
again.
Really?
Yeah. So that got rained out. So ever since then, we've had tents.
And then you get what happens when you give people their money back?
No.
No.
And I'll tell
It's
you,
a rain or shine.
it's rain or shine.
Rain
but
or
more
shine.
importantly, if we had 2 people ask,
Nobody wanted to.
I think people
charity.
had fun. No, I don't think
They
people
still
care
had fun.
about the charity.
Drinks were still flowing, or
People got under the tents, the small tents.
Yeah.
where-
Right down the
Everyone has a
beach.
story of where they were.
yeah. I think you being Miami, you're just used to it.
Absolutely.
yeah, no,
absolutely.
I have to
That
say,
rain,
No, we did not have anywhere near what I thought
You know
it was
what?
going to be.
We should ask Lee if maybe during the festival, we should do like a little live Day in Miami pod that day over there.
My pleasure.
You see,
Really?
so we can have a couple of people. We can have some people from the audience, or everybody just come onto the pod and,
think
and
that's a great idea.
give their experience on the burgers and everything
Oh,
else.
that'd be amazing.
Especially with the folks.
Let's plan it and get it on the
You
calendar.
pass
Can I be on that podcast?
Oh, we wouldn't do it
I mean,
without
how
you, my
much?
brother.
Honestly, what we do like 6-7 minutes that day? We get you
I'll be-
swoop in and swoop out. That's a great idea.
Just come and say, well, I'm here.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to? Can we pick the event that we're gonna? Really? Oh, you see,
We have
we've
to
been
narrow it down to the time. So
we've been blessed. We've been
Lee, let
blessed.
me tell you, really, we're super happy you came by. We
pleasure.
we want to say
True
that
honor,
you
man.
are an inspiration.
Thank you.
You are a person that everybody out there that does have a thought, a dream, or anything, they can make it happen, and that's what we like to show the people out there in Miami.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely my favorite guest so far because I've been following you and stalking you, like I said earlier, for many years, and just trying to learn from you, brother. 'cause
thank you.
If I could be Lee Schrager in like 10, 20 years,
Be
I'll be
careful.
chilling.
Be careful what you wish for.
Thank you, brother.
Lee,
True
I don't
honor.
have to tell you much success because I know it's going to
you.
be a success, but we
Oh,
appreciate
brother.
you coming,
and you heard
brother.
what he said. Podcast coming to South Beach Food and Wine.
If I said it, it will happen.
We'll do
Oh,
it.
man. Thank you so much,
Thank
guys.
you, Lee.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Thanks for having me.